we got the match next week. So what you got, man? Like Malakai versus Cody.
They should have their full-fledged match that works off of what they've done, brawling each other in that match they had. And at the end, Malakai Black should win. Like, I'm sure they can still have an entertaining match and Cody wins, but what happens the next day if Cody wins? Like, Cody just goes back to being Cody in the mid-card. Because he set himself up to be a mid-carder. And then Malakai Black, like, loses steam, and then what?
I don't know, man. I think Cody could send a strong message if they have him lose this match. However, they tend to keep him strong in certain ways. Like, if you're not of a certain caliber, like, he'll at least go 50-50 with him. Like, he won't, like, Ogogo was, in retrospect, was never going to beat him. QT was never going to really beat him. But all the other, like, times he's lost to people, I figure, like, it's not this tragedy if he wins. Like, I feel like people are alluding to. But this is perhaps the most even more of an interesting finish than Omega and Danielson for me. Just seeing, like, where someone goes, like, because Cody could easily go back after the TNT title. I know Sammy Guevara's got his eyes on it, but Cody always is a threat for that, and you know he's making himself like this Cena-like person. So, and you know he loves wearing the flag and all this shit. So, they could easily tap into that, but I don't know. That feels boring, passe, old hat. I think Malakai's exciting. I think he's got a really exciting entrance that people are getting into, and he's just got a vibe and an aura about him that even he didn't have in NXT. I think he's at a career peak right now. I think he is. I know, like both of the champions are heels right now, so in theory, there's not really anywhere higher for Malakai Black to go. So I don't know. I think it can go either way. I'm not upset with either result, but I would think Malakai Black would be the more fan-pleasing result.
Yeah, and you said that the aura that he has is different from even NXT. You know what the aura is? He will fuck you up. He's a fucking he's literally like stalking prey and chasing it down and murdering it. It has been really fun. I think the thing for me is like, all right, you start booking out these pay-per-views or big shows eventually and how to put people into the mix, and it's like, all right, he loses to Cody here. I'm sure you can rebound from that, but like, why do you need to rebound? Like, Cody loses tomorrow, or Cody loses on Wednesday. Is anybody gonna look different than Cody? I don't think so. Like, and I just think personally, like, it makes more sense to give his first loss or whatever else, Malakai, to like a babyface that could use it, or a babyface that like, or on a big show at least. And obviously this is a big show, but it's like, he's only been here since like July.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like you're saying like he could be like,
you can use him in like that Rusev mode from like, or like a gatekeeping heel. Like, he could be like, if you like have a feud,
first challenger for somebody, and then like he's never been beaten, so it's like, man, what's the new champion gonna do with this fucking guy? That,
or like, let's say, you know, I'm not saying this happened, but like, put out, man, when Adam Page comes back, put him with Malakai. You want to get him ready for Kenny Omega by next pay-per-view, or what have you, whatever you want to say. Put them together.
I think a lot of people just want to shoot Adam Page directly at Kenny Omega. So, like, I think that would upset a lot of people, but it would be the best thing for him.
Right. It'll be literally set on the path where, like, he is having a top of the card feud that doesn't involve the Elite. And it's on his own, I don't want to say on his own because he's great, but I'm just saying, like, we get to see, like, what he has as far as his character, as far as what he has in his quote-unquote soul in pro wrestling, kayfabe speak. Like, there is not a lot that's been answered with that. It's still, even though, like, we know he can be a dependable friend when it's called upon, like, with Dark Order. But, like, I don't know what kind of heart he has. I still to this day don't know what kind of heart he has. Is he a fucking shrinking violet that still is, like, drinking to cope with like failure and doesn't know how to get off his ass and fight for his stuff, or is he a person that, like, can only do that when, like, his friends coax him into doing it, which is what happened when he in that match that he lost and got taken off TV. Was like, come on, Adam, time is to stop being depressed. He was like, okay, whatever. It's like, I don't that does not, like, when people talk about how he's emo or whatever else, like, I don't think of that as, like, an endearing trait necessarily. It's like, you lost. A lot of people lose. They get off their ass and figure out another way.
Start training harder,
Train harder, sacrifice, change yourself. Like, that is most character arcs in most movies for heroes. They get their ass kicked, and then they go back to the lab, learn something, grow, and then achieve after that, or sacrifice something to then get what they wanted.
Why are
or
people
learn something?
Like,
none of that happens with Adam Page.
Why are they acting like they've never seen Rocky 3?
Well, look, Rocky 3 has that, except for the part where, like, the story during the match when he's in the second match with Clubber Lang is like, all right, you gotta retrain for speed because you were slow and you were just a goon, right? And then, like, and then the match, what he does is, like, he does rope-a-dope, which means, like, bro, like, you didn't train for getting a stronger jaw. You trained for speed. He knocked your ass out. Like, how did the rope-a-dope work this time? He would have not. Your jaw didn't get no better. You didn't work on that. You just got faster. And then, like, you beat him by not even using your speed. You beat him by enduring the punishment that you couldn't take in the first one. Whatever. Don't get me started on Rocky. But anyway, like, I think that he needs one more thing to kind of get him to, then you're like, undoubtedly, let's do it with Kenny Omega. Take the fucking belt off and put it on Hangman. But, like, everybody's like, just do it now. It's like, nah, bro. CM Punk and Daniel Bryan are here. What the fuck are you talking about?
Like, there are money matches lined up, Chief. Like, there's money to be made. There are matches to be had. Big ones.
Yeah. Like,
yeah.
I think people have WWE brain, or PTSD of, like, the main eventer, the WrestleMania part-timers, like, taking people's spots, and then, like, it becomes, again, musical chairs. People are afraid that, like, Adam Cole's gonna be left out in the cold and with a thin jacket in the Chicago winter. That ain't gonna happen to him. But in the meantime, in between time, just like everybody else in this roster that's not in the title picture, you got to come up with something compelling to do because you need to be on this card. So, like, if you beat Cody here with Malakai Black, he can immediately be the number 2 or the semi-main event of a pay-per-view. Him and Malakai Black, Page Malakai Black. So, like, I just think that, like, the room for Malakai Black here, like, he could be so much more valuable with the win here than if he loses here.
Mm-hmm.